just want to see if my mic can pick up the heavy scratching of my nuts.
Well, hello and welcome to episode 11 of the Video Games Podcast. A podcast where we discuss video-related games and games-related news. My name is Jimmy King.
Oh, I laughed so hard I fucking shot my ghost out of my body.
Hello.
Mike Gibson.
Hey.
Forever special guest Seth Belgard.
Hello.
And from the depths of the taint himself, Dustin Garcia.
Oh no, he still had hair.
Oh man.
Hi everyone.
Okay. Who's what?
Look,
Who had hair?
That's staying in.
Well, I mean, no shit.
I was scratching the shit out of him though.
I mean, I'm sure you were.
But it was just for science, so it's different.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Medical practitioners.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm a medical person. You have 2 doctors in the house.
Well, I mean, we have 1.5. Let's get real.
I'm sorry, three doctors. Because Seth is a mortician.
Mm-hmm.
2.5. I'll let the audience decide where the half comes from, but deep down in their hearts they know. So what's everyone up to?
I'm just recording a podcast right
Yeah?
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Paul?
switched to night shifts, so my life is weird.
I'm conquering the Spanish.
Yeah. Did you do anything
Fuck
fun?
you.
Did you do anything this weekend?
He conquered a Texan.
I did. Oh.
Texan.
Uh,
Or did the Texans conquer him?
Oh,
no. I went to Texas to visit my man, a special boy.
Who would that be?
Who's that?
His name's Grady.
Yeah.
He's gonna be my nephew someday, probably.
Is his last name Spruce?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Wait, someday.
Someday.
is he never gonna be born?
Huh?
Oh,
No, I'm not married to Jen. You can't be a.
You can't have a baby without being married. Everyone knows that. That's the biology of it.
Yeah, exactly. Biology. Listen,
Right.
I know a thing or two about biology.
Well,
I know
you
things
say you
about
do,
biology.
but
One of the few science classes I passed.
Oh.
Both times in high school.
Both
and in
times.
college. You guys are dealing with a real professional here.
Man, there's been a lot that's happened since that last podcast, not video game related.
Yeah?
You've had lots of visitors.
I've had visitors. Seth came and visited me. Went
You
to a
watched
hockey
lot
game.
Of hot basketball games or whatever.
Of course, yeah. Then Paul came and visited me last week. Whatever weekend we're recording this.
Soon the Spectre of Death himself will come to visit.
I mean, he might as well.
You'll have to beat him in a 1v1 Overwatch match.
Oh, I could probably do it.
Oh,
Do I get to be
you're out.
Bastion?
First to 5 on Elios. You can be Bastion, but
Oh, then we're fine.
he also gets to be Bastion.
Oh, we're fine. I'm the Bastion boy.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'm
I'm the
assuming.
Bastion boy.
Bastion is a robot. She is a pretty lady robot with PTSD and a bird. She wants to kill all humans.
Hell
have
yeah.
Have you seen Futurama? You know Bender? No. Okay.
Okay.
I'm a Jehovah's
man.
Witness. I can't watch any of those things.
Oh, you think a witness would see everything?
Right.
Funny, they only witness one thing,
And
and then they have to tell everybody about it forever until they get their own planet or
Ah.
whatever the fuck they do. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
I'm not a
Anyway,
devout follower.
Okay.
Anyway, we're probably gonna be doing a short episode this month, because it's already late
So sorry,
I'm
future
moving to
Seth.
Texas.
and I'm real busy.
What? Oh my God!
Dustin's moving to Texas,
Dustin's
y'all.
moving to
I need the
Texas,
couch with
huh?
my name on it.
You heard it here first, future
I get
Seth.
the green room.
The green room. Is that just what it'll look
I feel
like after
I
you've lived in it
always
for a
feared
while?
your fate.
Yeah. Man, I've
I'm-
got so many posters to hang up.
I'm moving.
I'm so happy.
I'm moving.
Where are you
No,
moving?
no one said anything. They're just like,
I'm moving to Texas from Texas.
Oh, not
whoa,
again.
he's moving to Texarkana.
Nope.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I found out that's a real
Texaco.
place. I didn't
That
know
is
Yeah,
a real
Texarkana is a real place.
I didn't know that until recently.
I mean, did you
Wow,
think
see,
it was a fake place?
You
Like
ignorant
I mean,
northerners.
I just don't know about it.
Got it. Okay.
Wow.
Wait.
Wow.
What did you say, Mike?
I didn't say anything. I don't know. Future Jimmy will
think
come
I'll,
back.
I'll
and...
check the
He
tape.
called me a racial slur.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean literally.
Ooh,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay.
President Jimmy's like, I don't know if this is a good bit or not because I don't know what he said.
Right.
No, don't worry. We don't have to edit it. It's
Treading
It
fine.
was a
carefully.
great day. Just
Future,
post
he
this
said,
as-
Future Jimmy's going to cut out about 45 minutes of this discussion.
If I would have said it, future Jimmy would have. You would have known it was bad.
Oh well, I mean, I would have heard it
Trust
too.
Mike never does bad things.
Yeah, I've never done a bad thing in my life. Except
Never.
Several episodes of this podcast.
But anyway,
Wait,
Whoa.
hold on.
oh boy. Anyway, yes, short episode. I was sick. It delayed the episode a bit because I could not stop coughing,
And now your house is sick. so
and
you
now
need
my
to do a
house
new
is
one.
sick, so I'm leaving it. You know, most people peg me for the nurturer type, but not with
Nope.
houses.
No way.
Jimmy's
No.
never been to a housewarming party in his life. He does holding parties.
I only go to house funerals.
Oh Jesus!
Anyway, so yeah, I've been very busy finding an apartment and getting ready to move, and I move in a week. So by the time you hear this, I'll probably have moved. But
If
anyway,
he hasn't, something bad has happened.
yeah,
Please send help.
basically.
Send money.
So anyway,
And
let's
bring-
get this shit show kind of moving.
over with. Use
Yeah.
the term over with.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Over with. Mhm. Over with.
Let's start with Dustin.
Ugh. All right.
What did you play?
I have played a very many things. I know you
Yeah.
guys talked about Monster Hunter.
What did you
bought it.
come here? Did you come here to talk about anything specific?
I came here to talk about the best game 2018,
Yeah.
2 years running.
What?
God.
I came to talk about 2 games.
Okay.
Slay the Spire.
Okay.
If you haven't talked about it yet, I don't know.
Did we?
That
We
game-
talked about it last month a little
I
bit.
talked about the game a little bit. It's in early access since beginning a lot of updates. Most recently,
hey,
they added a
it's
daily
my
thing,
time.
right? All right, Dustin.
My
I'm
time.
sorry. Please.
It's early access game recently.
Mike,
released
you have the floor.
updates. Okay, sorry. I'll just.
So,
No, Dustin, I'm glad you're on this podcast because I wanted to say you're the one who convinced me to play Slay the Spire before Twitch blew it up, before YouTube blew it up, before all that shit. You sat down and you looked me in the eyes and you said, "Mike, you should play Slay the Spire." And I said, "Dustin, you like Dynasty Warriors. I cannot trust your opinion on video games."
but I was.
But
right.
I was wrong and you were right. After you
Yeah.
told me 4 times in a row, I eventually bought that game, and that game's real fucking good.
Yes, it is a
and-
wonderful roguelike deck builder. And just like Mike said, they've been releasing updates almost every week, tweaking and changing the game to make it a lot more enjoyable. They've been working on a new class for like the last year almost. I think no, it's been the last like 6 or 7 months. But now that they've released to the public, where you can I'm sorry, my if I touched my desk there for a second. Anyway, so yeah, they released to the Twitch streaming public, so that now your viewers can actually take part in your game, in your card choices, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like a voting thing your audience can do on which of the cards that you pick up on the run.
And it's a little late because it's lost its luster to a few games that have come out recently. Like, of course, when it came out, like Monster Hunter came out a little bit after it, so everybody started playing that. Into the Breach is getting a lot of views and plays on like social media and like Twitch and whatnot. But it's very good. I've put almost 150 hours into it, and I love it. I play it almost every day. Try to beat both classes every day, and that's it. So yeah, everybody check it out. And
Good.
then I also been playing a really hotly debated game.
Is it?
It's not. So if you guys remember last podcast, I spoke about being that I was on. I spoke about Dynasty Warriors 9, my favorite genre video games or favorite series of video games. And I'm gonna have to tell you, out of 10 out of 10, I give that game a solid 4 out of 10.
Oh.
So it's a 14 out of 10?
Well, okay, in my book, it's it's not as horrible as everybody is making it out.
I thought they all started out at a 10 with you, so.
Yeah, that's true. It is not as horrible. I honestly don't believe that it deserves as much of the lambasting it's receiving, but it is new and different in everything that Dynasty Warriors has ever done. So
what's different about it?
Did I pronounce that wrong? No, I pronounced it right. Right, lambasting. Okay, anyway, is it wrong?
Let's just move on. Okay, so what is different about Dynasty Warriors 9?
Yeah, this is what people are queuing in for. Anyway, different about it is the combat system is different. It's no longer just simply a button masher. There's a lot of button mashing to it, but it's not based in a combo system where you start off with one attack and then combo into other attacks. That's the only way that you're able to build up any kind of momentum in combat.
So is it like a Devil May Cry game?
Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good way of looking at it. It is kind of like a Devil May Cry game.
Okay.
Anyway, it also has a crafting system, a leveling up point distribution system that's new to the Dynasty Warriors world.
Mm-hmm.
And there is also I don't know. They changed it because they made it an open world. That is the biggest thing that everybody's having an issue with. Usually with open worlds, people get kind of excited in the realm of Skyrim. I mean, Bethesda does it well. This game did it very poorly. For not playing a lot of open world games, mostly just Bethesda-based games, I really enjoy them.
I'm not going to say the Bethesda games are bad because they're some of my favorite games, but saying they do it well,
I guess that
with how many bugs there are, is a bit of a stretch.
No, but sometimes those bugs are the best part of the game.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah. But Dynasty Warriors did it not well. A game that a little over 2 years.
Okay. We lost you for a second, but.
Oh, you can't.
You saying it took them 2 years to make? Is that what you said?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
It is empty, and I understand that it's China in the 600 BC, but that place feels empty. There's no emotion with anything in that world, and the graphics are not that great, and it takes forever for what old Dynasty Warriors missions would have taken you little under 20 minutes. I put in doing the first mission in that game. I put in over 20 hours into that game.
What?
Wait,
doing
what?
The first like leg of the story mission.
Was 20 hours long?
There are so many missions that you can do, little mini missions.
Mm-hmm. So you don't. It doesn't have to take that long. That's just how long it took you.
It doesn't. I think that the developers of Koei Tecmo, I think that they wanted you to experience the world, and so they give you these vast amounts of missions to do, so that you can go to different areas and experience the game, or experience landmarks, which are really cool. They put true traditional landmarks of that historical setting in the world, but it takes you like an hour to just ride there. It's just too big, and then once you reach there, you can just fast travel to it, but then that also takes the joy out of the game in some way. So I found, me personally, that I don't hate that, but a lot of people are hating it. And Koei Tecmo is not addressing these issues. There is really bad frame rate issues when like the environment starts to happen. So if rain starts to happen, the game becomes super choppy.
When the environment starts to happen.
Yeah, when the environment begins.
Dustin, you mentioned that it took them 2 years to make this game, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty short for game development.
I guess for me,
For them, is that short though? 'Cause
Yeah,
they seem
but it
like a
sounds like
fact-
they made a different game this time.
I honestly believe that this game is the leftover bits of an MMO that they were trying to bring out
I
years
mean,
back.
I said this time.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Helicopter.
is
There's
that
a
what you're
helicopter
laughing at,
coming.
Paul?
Uh, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I was gonna actually say it seems like they made another bad game, so it doesn't seem that different.
Oh,
No.
that works too.
Pretty much
mean,
the same game.
Yeah, I guess you can make that logical statement.
Look, these Koei Tecmo has never been the company with Dynasty Warriors anyway, in their Warriors franchise, to come off as being a like, whoa, man, you've never experienced this. It's good if you like.
But the argument I'm making is like it makes sense that it's a bad game if they actually made a different game this time than just doing the same thing that they know what to do with. They probably should have taken more time to make sure they got it right. Because 2 years is an incredibly short amount of time to make a game.
Well, if I could reach Dynasty Warriors 8, which came out for the PS3, that came out. Let me see.
But did they start working on Dynasty Warriors 9? Did that team start making Dynasty Warriors 9, or did they make a different game and then make Dynasty Warriors 9?
I feel the way I look at it.
Don't they also make the Samurai Warriors games?
Yes, yeah. When I say Warriors, I tie them all together because
Right.
they are using the same system for the most part.
Zelda Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, the Fire Emblem, Zelda, One Piece, all of those, which are very good games. But this is the one time that Koei Tecmo decided to change it and do something different, and the fans have responded clear as day. They don't like it. They didn't do it well.
So I'm curious
like an
about whether
unfinished
they don't
game.
like it because they didn't do it well, or they just don't, or they just want the same.
They just
damn
want
game
the
every
same
time.
thing every time.
No, I believe it's 50-50. They didn't do it well, and they want the old stuff because the voice acting
Which is
atrocious in
fine
it.
if that's what they want. I mean,
I don't know. I guess for a fan base that has been buying your games for that explicit reason, that they like what they like, I feel like the fan base should have been a little bit more receptive to something new, and I think we all were. We all were really
have
excited.
they seen a dip in? Did they see a dip in sales before they did 9?
No, Dynasty Warriors 8 is their like most lauded game that they've
Lauded
released.
or most sold? Those are two different things.
I don't know the numbers.
Because the
But
sales,
okay,
sales is
so-
what matters, like in terms of whether or not they
Dynasty
would make
Warriors-
the same game again.
Dynasty Warriors 8 did very, very well. I can't give you the numbers, but I know that through the community of people who enjoy those games, it's seen as one of the best releases that they've done.
Okay.
And it was done well visually with all the additions, with the switch up of using another another officer's weapons
Mm-hmm.
and double Muso attacks and whatnot. It was very good. That's another game that I put over before I switch everything. I put over like 200 hours in. I also own it on 3 different systems. I like
My
it so
God.
much. Yeah.
So Dynasty Warriors 9, yay or nay?
Right now the game to me is unfinished, so I would definitely say
Well, are they planning on going back and making changes to it?
they haven't released anything yet.
Oh, then
They-
I'm
the
going to
only
say
thing-
no.
Yeah. Well, they haven't released. So they released a patch, yes, but they haven't addressed a lot of the big issues. And then they just released, they teased what the new season pass is going to be, and then it's just going to be another fucking money sink
Mhm.
that Koei Tecmo's really bad about. They make the DLC way too expensive.
Are you gonna buy it?
Yeah.
There it was.
Yeah. I mean, look, I may talk shit about it now. I'm still playing it though.
Of course
I find
you
things that I
are.
like. I'm finding things that I still like about it, and I let that pass because I love the story. I love the realm and world that it comes from, and I've been playing it since I was 10 years old. So,
Perfect. Then you're just the person I need to talk to.
yo,
What?
what's up?
What is the Yellow Turban Rebellion? And why
Oh,
do we have
boy.
to put it down every game?
So a brief synopsis is the Yellow Turban Rebellion is
This
what
was
really
supposed
starts.
to be a short podcast.
No, I'm not gonna. The Yellow Turban Rebellion, or the yellow bandana, yellow scarf rebellion, is simply just right during the end of the Han Dynasty in China. There was an upheaval that kind of brought these three, actually more like 7 or 8 different major generals and landowners together to defeat this rebellion. That then kind of spurred the feeling of, okay, I'm gonna overthrow the emperor and start my own thing. So it brought these really well named generals together, like Cao Cao, Liu Bei, Sun Jian, Dong Zhuo.
Lu Bu?
So Lu Bu, Mike, don't get me on this. Lu Bu was one of the most famed warriors in China, one of the strongest warriors, right next to Guan Yu.
Mm-hmm.
But
Who could forget?
Of course.
Who could forget?
He was the adopted son of Dong Zhuo, and then he ended up killing Dong Zhuo.
Oh, everyone remembers, of course.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Of course, everyone knows who that is.
Yeah,
If you ever played the Dynasty Warriors game, Dong Zhuo is the fat guy, the really fat dude with the big beard who wears purple a lot.
Does he have a boat?
I'm a terrible rapist man.
Okay.
He's a bad boy.
Oh.
But Yellow Turban Rebellion was a religious thing.
Okay.
Oh,
well, there it was. There it was. There was our answer we were looking
That's it.
for.
There you go.
So what? Is there any other thing that you wanted to bring up that you played, Dustin? Real quick.
I do role playing stuff.
Moving on. So Seth, what did you play?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
I played lots of Monster Hunter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you did.
I mean,
I played that game. It sucks. I gave it to a girl.
There's a difference in
wait,
the
that
game
game
sucking
super
and you
sexist?
sucking at
Hold
the
on.
game.
Hold the phone, y'all.
Are we talking
just
about the
me-
game, Dustin? What are we talking about here?
Well, I think there's three ways that could have been taken. Sex.
Oh, three
Three-way.
ways, huh?
Yeah, sex, a sexist remark. Like, the game's not good enough, so I gave it to a girl. Because they don't know.
Yeah.
And then I also just gave it away pretty quickly because
Wow.
I didn't really enjoy it.
Oh boy.
But it was the third one. It was the latter.
I really enjoyed Monster Hunter. Everybody I see that has stopped playing Monster Hunter, it's always the same excuse. They weren't good at it. The game was too hard. Blah blah blah. So they quit.
Correct.
Whoa.
Throwing some fucking shade. Holy shit.
Seth with the savage strike.
Is it? I didn't raid a lot with Seth in 14. Is this what Raider Seth is like?
I mean, that's
Just
the biggest
mean.
complaint with that game.
Wow.
I mean, I stopped playing it.
The only
But it
people who
wasn't-
stop
No, but
playing
you
Monster Hunter are
finished
people
it.
that suck.
Basically.
So quitters suck. Is what you're saying.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm right there with you. Give me a Dark Souls game, and I'll show you how quickly I throw that in the trash can.
So Monster Hunter, you guys all played it. I didn't.
Yeah, why not?
Because I didn't want to.
Well,
And
okay.
I've been
Is it
busy.
That's
that
good.
you didn't want to, or was it that
Everybody
you
else
just
is
put
playing.
your foot down and was like, "Nope, I ain't doing it." They've asked me too many times.
No, I
So I'm
didn't.
just
I
not
no,
doing it.
I didn't want to. I mean, no.
Okay.
See,
was a
I
good game.
feel like it was a really fun game. But I just didn't. I was so hyped up about Dynasty Warriors 9 that I was like, "Hey, can't wait till this comes out." And boy,
So you got hyped
mistake.
up about a shit game and didn't play a good
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, well, I bought this game on a spur. Mike was like, "I don't have anybody, Paul, and I don't know if he's going to play it or not." And
Oh,
then-
wait, what?
Yeah, I
Mike,
remember
you
that.
said that?
That is
This-
what Mike said.
This was remember.
Was it-
This was
I mean,
the
this
week
is-
before launch.
Yeah, and I
It
said,
was around the time that I said I wasn't going to play it.
Paul,
Yeah.
you know you can't be trusted.
I
Yeah.
can't. I can't.
so
be.
I felt
All
bad
right.
for Mike because I wanted to play another game with Mike, and
thanks,
then I
buddy.
played it, and then I played it, and Paul played it, and then everybody else bought it.
Yeah.
That
Except
I
for
mean,
me.
it was a snowball effect. and I couldn't believe how many people picked it up.
They were like, "Oh man, Dustin, Mike, and Paul are having such
I know,
great
right?
fun."
Fuck yeah. I mean, I'm pretty entertaining to play with because I suck.
You're very entertaining to play with.
Not like this.
Not like this.
God.
So real quick, if Future Seth is somehow unfamiliar with Dynasty Warriors, with Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter is a 1 to 4 player game that's essentially just boss fights the game, where you track a monster, hunt it, kill it, fight it, avoid its attacks, try not to die. It is that there's a narrative built around it, which is kind of shitty, and is probably one of the bigger complaints with this game. But the combat itself is very unique, in the sense that you have 12 different weapons, 12 or 13 different weapons, and that they all play severely differently from each other, so that no matter what, even if you're fighting the same monster, this Anjanath thing, several times, if you switch what weapon you have equipped, it feels like a different fight each time. And this is the one that people said is like the one most likely to get its hooks in you. If a Monster Hunter is going to, this is the one, if it hasn't already, because they brought so many quality of life changes forward. And I can only speak for myself when I say that it absolutely did, but I have a feeling that Paul and Seth would agree with me here.
Oh yeah, it's excellent.
I had a lot of fun. I mean,
yeah.
I've put easily 100 hours in the game and played 2 different weapon types that I enjoy, both of them. I feel like because of the difference in weapons, as long as you take a little bit of time, there is a gameplay style for anyone. Whereas most games, you start it and it's, well, either you like it or you don't, how the game is. This game just feels like it is a difficult game, but they made it to where you suit it to yourself to make it easier on you, and I like that.
Yeah, and I would super agree with what you said. I feel like there's definitely a weapon for everyone. It's just you have to find which one suits your playstyle the most, right? Like, there's the lance with the big shield, and it's like, oh, I don't want to dodge these attacks. I'm just going to block with this shield and counterattack. Or, oh, there's the longsword. I want to build a meter up and then unleash a very powerful attack while also dodging around like a samurai or like a ninja or whatever. There's the hunting horn, which is just, what if I had bagpipes and I got music notes? I played music notes every time I smacked this monster in the face, and then I gave buffs to everyone in my party. And now we were suddenly 20% stronger than we would be otherwise. Or the insect glaive, where you're shooting a little insect, a little bug that you have with you to go and attack the monster, to also generate and extract its essence so that you can power yourself up and fly around and twirl this glaive like some sort of Darth Maul wannabe. Or the big hammer that Paul was using, where every swing is massive. It takes forever to use, but it's got that huge weight behind it. And then you can switch to the dual blades, these 2-handed weapons that are incredibly quick, and you get in, you get out real fast with them. I feel like there's a playstyle in there for everybody, but I can understand totally why people would be like, oh, there's like 13 different versions of these weapons, and I have to kind of go through all of them.
Oh,
to
it's
find
intimidating, and you absolutely do not have to use all of them.
No. Like,
in fact, if you did, you're a crazy person. I mean, my God.
Totally, yeah.
How did you manage that?
Yeah, I feel like I never found my stride with that.
I was trying to think about what Dustin should use.
Well, remember we all started with like one thing, so I went the sword and board, which was fun. I couldn't deal with the mechanics of leaping around and hitting key places, and I just wasn't good at that reactionary thing that I feel is very necessary for the game. But I had fun with it. Like I didn't hate it. I do not hate that game. I just was a different mindset. Like I expected something else. It was much harder for me personally.
It can be a very difficult game, I feel.
Yeah.
Like
totally.
Especially when you very first start, it's punishing.
Yeah, and this is the first Monster Hunter for most of us, right?
I think for all of us.
Yeah, it's the first one I put any real time into.
And so yeah, you could think they've been releasing Monster Hunter games for the last 10 years, 10 almost what 15
The last-
Oh yeah.
15 years?
Ask any
Last
Monster Hunter fan. They're
17
fucking.
years?
They're crazy people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and we've I think we can all say that we've all been intrigued by the idea of them. I played one years back for the PlayStation 2,
Mhm.
and it was awful. I couldn't get my handle on it. The crafting and whatnot, it just felt so arduous. But this one definitely feels like I didn't play it long enough to really know good. But yeah, this game was a lot of fun, and this is definitely I'm going to come back to it. I'm letting somebody borrow it. I'm going to come back to it.
Letting some girl
Play it.
play it.
Letting some girl who says she's going to play it, but she hasn't, I don't think.
I
Well, she's
tried
busy
one.
getting beat up. So.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Well,
this girl could also kick the living shit out of all of us, probably.
Mhm.
Probably.
Being a 3rd degree black belt, she can fuck us up, so.
I tried one for the PSP and for the 3DS, and I did not last very long in either one. Hated the combat, and so that was pretty much it for me. I had no interest in trying another one.
I really didn't have any interest in trying it either, but listening to Mike talk about it, I was like, yeah, all right, fuck. What's $49 with Amazon? Yeah, sure. But I think I got my money's worth out of it, and I will.
And they're planning free DLC monsters over the course of the years.
Did you see the leak? The four monsters that.
I haven't seen the full leak. Do you have it on
Ooh.
hand?
I don't have it on me, but I can tell you what it is mainly.
Yeah, what is it?
There's a black Kirin.
More dinosaurs. Woo!
No, the Kirin's a horse.
The Kirin's a majestic unicorn.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's a big gripe of mine too. It's just it should just be called Dinosaur Hunter.
They call the Kirin
Yeah.
a dragon though, which doesn't
That
really
is-
make sense.
Well,
Also-
in Japanese mythology, a Kirin, it just looks like a horse.
Also, dinosaurs are monsters, so it's basically already called that.
It's boring. I want a big snake monster. I want.
There
a bear.
was like a monkey monster in one of the 3DS games.
Yeah, it probably has scales and breathes fire.
What if
No,
it was a
it-
giant man?
Yeah, I want a Titan. Like,
Oh God.
it just that was I thought there were gonna be really unique monsters, and I don't think so.
What's nothing wrong with Pookie Pookie? That's all I'm gonna say.
Is that the chicken one?
No, that's the poison bird with the big tongue.
It doesn't really look like a bird, but I mean it is one.
I mean, is it a word?
Nope.
Pookie Pookie. So what's on this list, Paul?
So there's the black Kirin, which is like an ice type Kirin.
Mm-hmm.
There's some. Let me see if I can find it. There's some monster that's been in other games. I think called a Devil Joe or something like that.
Oh yeah, that one I believe they've announced is coming. It's the first one, the Devil Show.
Yeah, he's apparently the Beetlejuice of the land, is what everyone's saying. So he's like a real dick, and he likes to show up to fuck up your hunts.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Sounds bad. And then there's Teestro, which is a fire lion.
Okay.
His wife is coming.
Oh,
my god!
good for
Can't
her.
Her waifu. Hmm.
Yeah, right. It's about time. So there people are talking about maybe a dual hunt where you hunt kind of like the Rathian, the pink Rathian, and
And the
stuff, or the-
Rathalos, yeah.
right, or the black Diablos and the regular Diablos.
Oh, okay.
So it might be a husband and wife spat.
Wait,
What
do animals
else?
get married?
Mike,
Maybe it's
we're
better to
all
say mate.
we're all
Hold
animals.
on. Well, no, I mean,
Listen,
feel-
actually, okay, all right, hold on. Mike, do you want to go into the deep
No.
mythos and mythology of the world of Monster Hunter? Can you explain it to
No.
us?
actually, I absolutely do. and
Did you look
also,
into it?
I haven't looked too much into it. All I know is that there are two races of like humans. There's the humans, and then there are the Wyverians, which are those elf people that show up everywhere. And
Mhm,
as the Wyverians get old, they shrink and get smaller and smaller.
it's
that's-
so fucking
Oh, is that why there's still little midget people everywhere?
Those are all just old
Gotcha.
elf people.
Oh,
And then there's like three
Oh,
races.
boy.
There's three races of cat people.
It's so weird. Also,
man.
the world used to be super advanced.
Mhm.
It's a post-apocalyptic world.
Where dragons
and
rule.
They killed 100 dragons to make one mecha dragon. Like
Oh
they
my
were-
god!
They were harvesting the souls of dragons to make these like artificial dragons that were as strong as 100 dragons,
Mhm.
and that's how.
Is this
Like-
legit? Is this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is literal. This is really what it is. Yeah, they made like a war machine, and the war machine
Again.
turned on them.
All the shit is fucking dragons. It's boring.
Right.
Well, they don't have dragons in Japan.
What?
Yeah.
It's not like here where we have.
It's not
all
like
that.
here.
Oh, Godzilla's not a dragon. Godzilla-
No,
It's
Godzilla
not like
is a tragedy.
America.
Yeah, America's got just full of dragons. You
Oh
guys
my
remember the
God.
Macho Man Randy Dragon from Skyrim? Dude.
Don't you know the Macho Man is coming for you?
Macho Man coming?
Yeah.
That's the best mod for that game.
Oh my God. Well, I don't know. Thomas the Toot Dragon is
Yeah.
pretty good.
That's pretty good too.
Oh, Thomas was the fourth monster I was going to tell you about.
Oh,
Oh.
nice! I can't wait.
Yeah, you got to get him in his caboose.
Oh,
Ooh.
boy!
That's the secret. That's the secret.
Rawr.
I hope
weak
the
spot.
helmet's just his face.
It's weak to piercing.
Oh my God, Paul.
But strong to blunt.
Monster Hunter's good, but play Monster Hunter.
Paul.
Yeah, definitely play.
Hammer's a good early weapon.
Oh.
Gun lance is fun. It's like a lance, but it explodes.
Okay, real quick before we transition, I did want to say one last thing, Jimmy. This
Okay.
game isn't out on PC yet. It's supposed to be out on PC by the end of the year.
I know.
If we pick up the game on PC,
Yeah.
would you
What?
give it a try?
Paul
with us?
keeps asking me this, and I'm
I
gonna
do.
say
I
probably
wanna-
not.
This is like the do you pledge?
I think you
underweight
asked. I think you
taxes?
asked me it 4 times when you were
Jimmy,
here
you'll have
the
my
other night.
vote if you pledge to buy Monster Hunter World on PC.
I'm amazed that you guys are gonna drop another fucking $60
It's so good, and it's oh my
It's
god,
so
it's gonna
fucking
look
just to
so
play with
good.
Jimmy again.
No, fuck that, fuck Jimmy.
You're just gonna buy it on a different.
This isn't
system.
about Jimmy. Jimmy would be a happy byproduct
This,
of this.
this is about good frame rates.
Oh god, it looks so good.
Oh,
Okay.
that was one of the interesting things. Saying that in the system when the system actually picks up the really good frame rates
Mhm.
and it looks so beautiful.
Oh god.
There is a fun. If you guys are listening to this podcast, jumping off of a cliff
Seth.
with your friends
Jump off a
is
cliff,
one of the
Seth.
best feelings in the whole
Oh,
game.
when you're chasing a limping monster and everyone just jumps off the
And
cliff at the same time.
yes, that whole part was so cool to me.
Mhm.
And it wasn't even combat; it was just us running together as a team. It's a beautiful thing.
No, that game's full of great moments like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's. Hey, I almost broke my headset. So
That's true. If you
I
want to see
mean-
that, go.
I mean,
go to
you
my.
can say that about almost any game, Dustin.
that's true. I've broken a lot of things.
I'm bad at a lot of games.
Yeah,
Go
I'm-
check out
that's
the VODs
that's
on my
key.
mixer.
Dustin, I'm
Get
pretty
that
bad at
son
games.
bitch out my side.
Oh, hey, baby. Ugh.
Oh, so Paul, besides Monster Hunter, what else have you played?
Since the last podcast, that's the most I've played of anything.
You're playing
Mhm.
some Civ, right?
I well, up until about a minute ago, I was playing quite a bit of Civ. Put that down because it was going fine, but I couldn't concentrate enough on the game because you fuckers are distracting.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It says that on my
for-
business card. Actually, it's too distracting.
Too distracting. Is it the number 2 or
Yeah, it's the number 2, and then it links to my Mixer page.
it's very millennial? Yeah, Civ 6 Rise and Fall, the expansion came out, adding great new features to the already fantastic Civilization 6.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I can only imagine.
They did add some good stuff.
I have a question real quick about this.
Okay.
When we were talking about XCOM 2, we mentioned how there's this Firaxis thing where they put a game out, people say it's not great, the first expansion comes out, people say
And then
it's
they
great.
fix it.
And they fix the whole thing.
Yeah,
Well,
Dynasty
the
Warriors,
expansion.
fine.
Would
They
you say
make you,
that
they make you
Civ
pay the
6
rest of the money for the game they wanted to charge you for.
Right. Would you say that Civ 6 was good at launch? Or would you say it's another case of, well, now that the expansion's out, finally Civ 6 is complete and you can play the real game?
No. I would. It wasn't. the
It was
answer.
all bad.
No.
Actually, I hate Civ 6.
I would say that this game benefits from its expansion less than any, less than Civ 5, less than XCOM Enemy Unknown or XCOM 2. I think the expansion just doesn't change enough, and the base game is actually very feature complete. Like they didn't leave out religion. They didn't leave out anything major.
Religion.
I could spread Conan's love.
You can spread Conan's love with the
my
base
God.
game. You don't even need the expansion to spread Conan's love.
Wow.
The Yellow Turban Rebellion comes to Civ.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, they have a China. They have a whole China thing.
It's funny the way you just said that sounded a lot like. Have you watched any? You probably haven't, but there's on Firaxis's YouTube page. They have whenever they announce a new Civ, they've got this VO that's like, Genghis and his Mongols are coming to Civilization 6, Rise and Fall. And then they go through the whole thing. And just the way Mike just said that sounded just like the... Anyways, sorry, I was distracted.
Story.
Yeah, shut up. Cut that out.
No, you say that's the part where future Jimmy's going to cut in a clip of that voice and then cut to you saying, "No, this is bad. Cut this out."
Okay, so yeah, no, it added some new leaders with the expansion, which is good. It added loyalty, which was interesting.
Paul. Did you want to share with our listeners something about yourself you found out recently?
Huh?
We're also proud of you.
I'm excited about this.
Oh, is it about my DNA?
Mm-hmm.
I told you that in confidence.
You told him?
Oh,
I told him that in confidence.
Wait, this fucking thing that I created. There's some.
Wait, you're Paul's dad?
He's my dad. Papa? Yeah, no. Dustin incorrectly thinks I'm Mongolian, or so I thought.
Because your sister said it. She's a liar, and I'm a
She
gullible.
did not say that.
She did.
Okay.
She said, I'm Mongolian. I speak Tongan, or whatever
Tongan.
whatever dialect that is.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
Jimmy, I believe we have a quote from Paul's sister. If you want to play it here.
Yeah, I'll put it in.
okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I am exactly 1% Mongolian.
Oh, baby!
I don't think that's a substantial amount. I don't know
yes,
how you
it
figured
is.
it out, Dustin. You're a sleuth.
I mean, Paul, they listed the Mongolian, but not where you thought you were from.
They didn't list Philippines. No.
Nope.
So
They listed
So-
generally.
so what's
they
more
said
important?
Generally Southeast Asian.
Oh my goodness, you could be anything.
I could. Yeah, apparently Mongolian's more important. I want to hide the fact that I've not played as Genghis Khan yet in this game.
You refuse your heritage.
I
Right.
deny it. I deny it with every bit of me.
Look,
I have tried out.
Jimmy, when Paul starts up the podcast, can you play some Mongolian throat singing?
That's gonna be. He's gonna put that in over the. I have an announcement to make.
Right.
Oh, God.
Right. And then I'll put in, you
They
never
call it the
see it
Mongol horde.
coming.
Oh man, it's a lot of editing just to upset me.
Yeah, but
But you know I'll do it because of that.
I would never.
Some things are worth it.
You have a flag hanging in your home.
I played 205 hours of Persona to upset you.
I'll have you
Ew.
know, I've folded that flag in the traditional Mongolian fold, and I've put it in a
With-
frame
With fire.
with fire. I folded it into ash, and I put it in an urn,
And you want your horse
as is
chopped
our
all over it.
custom. Oh my god.
I'm glad you're
Um,
finally accepting who you are.
Yeah, I accept who I am. So yeah, Civ
Congratulations.
6 is good. I kept playing some Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky to get us a little more back on track. That's the JRPG. I think I talked about it before. It's still good. It's still an old JRPG. I think it's a PS1 game.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's good. It's really good. And they're coming out with the Trails of Cold Steel on PC. And I'm waiting for all three of them to drop, and hopefully for the price to drop.
Does it run at 60?
Yeah, it runs beautifully at 60. I mean, I don't have Trails of Cold Steel, but I'm imagining it does. Trails in the Sky runs at like whatever you want it to run at, baby. It'll run however you want it to run.
Oh, that's what I want to hear.
Yep. And then on my trip to see Jimmy, I got SteamWorld Dig 2. I did not play
Ooh.
the first SteamWorld Dig,
Okay.
but it seemed like the kind of game, it'd be a good playing game, I thought. I was like, this will be a good playing game. And
is this on handheld? Is this?
It's on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
I think it's on a lot of things, but it's definitely on Switch.
It is on a lot of things.
It is really very good. I'm enjoying it a lot.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I'm not surprised because I like Shantae too, and Shantae was fucking weird for me to like as well. So I think it's just when I go on trips and I got my Switch, I'm gonna like weird games.
I don't know, because you like Monster Hunter, and no one in this podcast, including yourself, thought you would like it.
Right. I'm starting to think no one knows what I like, including me.
I'm starting to think 2018.
I do.
New year, new Paul.
New Paul.
He's not a Mongol anymore. He loves Monster Hunter.
No, he's definitely a Mongol. Remember, we proved it now.
I mean,
Hey,
you're right. So,
I know one thing that Paul likes. Two
that
things.
is
Next gen.
Cut this out. Cut this out of the podcast.
He likes Coke Zero.
Oh no.
What? You don't Coke Zero anymore?
No. God, Dustin, we never hang out anymore.
He's all about that diet life.
Yeah, I'm all about the Diet Coke now. Coke Zero made me sick. I got too much of it, just like the Diet Dr. P back in the day. I was in college. I OD'd on the P.
Yeah, you did.
And I couldn't go back to that doctor again.
So you're Diet Coke?
I'm a
now?
straight up Diet Coke.
A D-Coke P. My God.
No, there's no P. There's no
the
more
P. The P stands for pleb.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, okay, then I know the other thing that Paul. Money.
Oh,
What
yeah,
was
no.
that?
I don't
That
know
was
what
the sound of an
what you
ice cold Diet Coke.
Oh my God.
Jimmy, cut this until we get until the check clears from Coke. Okay?
Okay.
No free advertising.
Okay. I mean, as long as Paul fronts the bill, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll pay for it.
Well, I'm gonna stop. I only was drinking Coke Zero because Paul was doing it, and I'm gonna give that up.
I was all about the Coke Zero.
Yeah.
They changed it though too. I tried the new
Now
one.
it's Coke Zero Sugar.
Yeah.
Right.
I know
I'm
one
more-
thing Paul likes,
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
and I'm willing to be proven wrong here.
Okay.
Anime openings,
Oh God.
explicitly only the openings.
Hold on.
Only the openings? Like what do you like? I don't like anime. I just like the openings.
No,
Yeah,
that's
Is that what you're
Dustin.
suggesting?
Yeah.
Hey, are you getting that confused with someone?
Well, I know Dustin's
That's
into it
me.
too. I know that's Dustin, but I also think I think there's a little Paul in there too.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm getting.
love anime openings.
Oh my God, Paul and I if I could.
We
get-
disagree hard on them, but we both like them.
We love openings.
Oh,
The
God,
show's
they're
not
so
going to be good without a good opening.
You need a strong opening. Speaking of which,
That's
can we
right.
cut? Been watching Darling in the Franxx, and I kind of want to submit the opening right here.
No.
Go ahead and put that in now.
If you could put
Right.
that in, please.
Right.
Copyright
Going-
strike. No, but it's
Nope.
yeah. No, anime openings are good. I'm glad Mike brought that up. Actually, I want to discuss that a little bit because I wanted to talk about. Let's really break down what makes an anime opening great, what
Okay.
makes a good one, and what makes
I
a great
think
one.
that's
I'm
all
ready.
the time we got. for
Welcome to
today.
Anime Opening Podcast. Mhm.
So, Mike, what did you play?
A lot of anime, just the openings though.
Oh man,
I was getting
Okay.
ready for this podcast.
what are your
All right.
thoughts?
Well, I mean, I guess I'll say what I said, and we'll just end it. I guess.
My favorite anime opening is Dragon Ball. I love it when they rock the dragon, rock
What?
the
Well,
dragon.
that's Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon
Yeah.
Ball.
Ah,
Oh.
Jimmy, you didn't let me finish.
So.
Chala head chala mother.
Cha-
Chala
la.
head.
Head chala.
Okay, I hate.
Makihito hike o hipuna. I don't know.
Seth, do you like anime openings?
I mean, apparently not as much as everybody else here.
You love Xenoblade. You have to like anime openings.
Ew.
Oh God, it's true. Xenoblade was a
mean-
great game.
They're
Alright.
catchy and they're
Was it?
fun to listen to. After I've watched it 2 or 3 times though, I hit skip
Wait.
intro.
Oh, do you always skip the
Oh.
intro? Is there any
I
anime where you
skip
always
the
watch the
intro.
intro?
No, if it gives me a skip intro, I want to see it once and see what the intro is. After that, skip intro. I don't need to waste look, that's 30 seconds of my life. I could be
Well, it's a
napping
minute and a
for
half.
one episode.
One minute,
I don't know
30
that fucking
seconds.
anime you're watching.
Well, fine. 1 minute of my life, I could be napping after the episode. So
Jimmy, we
I
gotta
need
talk
to
about this
skip.
forever special guest. I don't know.
Yeah, we may have to have a little chit chat field outside.
Hey, wait, okay, can we go down the line? Favorite? Go ahead, Jimmy first.
He cut out right when he.
Oh, whoops.
Favorite
I
anything?
don't
You
know
get to
why
pick.
you're cutting out. That's so weird.
What's your favorite? What, Dustin?
No, we're gonna start with Jimmy. Favorite intro.
What? No,
I
pass.
know what it is.
Pass.
Clonad After Story.
2 ends.
I don't know.
Best. If you say "Oh my goddess," we're not friends anymore.
Oh,
That's all it ever took. Is you just have to do that, and you
It's
can finally
so-
be rid of it.
And then you'll be free
Forever.
of me.
You're finally
Oh,
free.
Well, I
No more
mean,
dust
which
touching.
Oh my goddess opening we talking?
Opening 2.
What,
Second.
season 2? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good with the bagpipes.
Yeah.
I thought F had a really good anime opening for speaking of sad things. Did you not like that one?
F was a really shitty show though.
No.
Listen,
Okay. Look,
this
we're
isn't
not
about the
getting
show
into
right now,
the
okay?
validity.
I
of
don't
the show.
remember the opening, so I'm gonna say no.
That was good. It was super pretentious. There were words on the screen
Of course,
and stuff.
of
Oh,
course. All right.
All right. So, Paul, favorite opening?
Probably. Okay. Do you want the name of the song, or do you just want?
No,
to know
no,
the-
just
Just
opening of the
what it's
animation.
from.
Nisa Monogatari OP2.
Okay.
Well, OP3.
Well, I mean, a
technically.
real fan would have called it Nisei Monogatari, but I mean,
yeah,
Yeah.
Me, I don't know what this freaking Mongolian.
yeah,
was
it's fine.
speaking
It's
in.
fine. I know you're not a real fan.
He was
You've
trying
only
to speak
watched
Chinese.
You haven't watched the show as much as I have, so
Mm,
it's fine.
song's called Platinum Disco. Check it out.
Okay, got it. We'll go ahead and write that down.
Is it on is it Spotify?
Yeah, probably.
No, it's not. Anime intros are not on Spotify.
Dang.
I know. I've looked hard. There's fan renditions of them.
Oh, good.
Okay, Seth, favorite intro.
Probably Dragon Ball.
I'm wondering
Dragon
how much
Ball?
anime Seth has even watched.
Dragon Ball Z, which one?
Dragon
a
Ball
couple-
Z.
Okay, so like the Chala Head Chala.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
that's classic.
Chala or Dragon Ball Dragon?
Yeah, you want the American one?
I mean, I watched
Dragon,
Dragon Ball Z
Dragon.
fully in American, where
Thank you.
Super I watched in Japanese because I wasn't waiting.
It's fine. Those are all.
Oh, but as far as anime, no, I don't watch like a whole lot. I've watched all the Naruto. I've watched all the Dragon Ball. I've watched Bleach. I've watched.
So the big four. You've definitely
I've
watched the big four.
I used to watch High School DxD.
Mhm.
I tried Attack on Titan, but look, naked people, giant people eating other people just
They're
wasn't
not
my
even
jazz,
naked. They don't have
man.
genitalia. So
Wait,
That
I don't
they were
understand.
naked enough. It wasn't my jazz. I just
They
You didn't
weren't
like
wearing
Attack on
shorts.
Titan?
dude, I've watched like 3 episodes and I've tried. That's after probably 10 sittings of trying to watch that show.
Really?
Attack on
God.
Titan.
And you
gets-
call yourself a vor fetishist.
Yeah.
I don't even know who you are
What?
anymore.
Well, you know what? To be
How
honest,
did you see his LinkedIn profile? No, you can keep all of this in, Jimmy. It's fine. No one listens but Seth. Hi, Seth.
I know.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
a lot of the problem with anime is I have trouble finding ones that I'm going to enjoy because I don't know a lot about them, so I just don't watch them.
Seth, I'll give you
I'm
some
not-
good ones.
I can't
Clanad.
understand them that are speaking this other language.
No, none of
Nah.
that bothers me. It's I like action. I like good story. I
Oh,
don't
man.
necessarily.
Do you like sadness?
Do you like sadness?
Oh,
and
do you like sadness?
No,
I mean,
not sissy
sadness-
sadness.
You want-
doesn't
you want-
bother me.
Seth,
Like-
you want to cry?
Do you want
No,
heartbreak?
No, they're terrible. Their sadness is fucking awful.
I'm gonna mute Dustin.
Do you want
Seth,
pain?
Seth, you want to cry?
Do you want the kind of pain that hurts you on the inside?
I don't mind. Like if something's good enough to affect me like that, that's fine.
Oh man.
But
You
I
Hey,
want
Seth,
it to be
you start that
good.
book yet? Seth, you start my book?
I've read one chapter.
Oh man. Okay.
I'm telling you, dude. Like somebody told me to watch The Office, and
Wait, which
I'm
one?
on,
English
like,
or
season
American?
4. I'm watching English.
He said English or
fine.
American.
Mike hasn't got
I know
his
you're
copy
watching
yet.
American.
American, I meant. You know what I meant.
Okay.
I was excited for a second. I was like,
Right.
what?
You should watch the English version. It's short and it's very good.
Okay. But so I've been watching a lot of that, and yeah, but I will read it. You know I will.
He'll read it in the day.
Probably.
Anyway,
Probably.
we have gotten way off.
Hey, I didn't get to mine yet.
Fine.
What's your favorite anime opening?
It's gonna be.
You've had all this time to think, Dustin.
Right, I got stage fright.
Fuck me.
All right, so Jimmy and I's favorite is
You are my
just-
friend.
yeah, You Are My Friend from Naruto Shippuden season 3
Whatever. It's
That's
there's
really
so many
good.
fucking openings.
because it's really awful, but it's also
terrible.
really good.
It's terrible, but
And then
it's fun.
definitely, I love the fourth intro of the original. Not Brotherhood. Did I cut out again?
Oh,
Yep.
now we know what it is. Damn it!
I really like.
I was totally just gonna leave that in there.
Oh, what did it come out as?
You cut out right. You did not say over your microphone what the show was, and I was just gonna leave it like that.
Oh,
But then you said
damn it.
then you said Brotherhood, and it's like, oh damn it!
No, not
Now we know it's Full
Brotherhood.
Metal.
Yeah, the original series. I really like the fourth one.
Man, you ruined it.
Oh, I'm
It would've been
sorry.
So good.
I don't know why I'm cutting out. This is a problem.
Jimmy, fix it in post.
Oh,
Yeah, just put it in with your own words.
Uh-huh.
Just whenever Dustin cuts out, put what you think he wanted to say
Okay,
in.
that
Just
would be
random
good.
words, please.
If I had time, that would be
It'll be
really
the podcast
fun.
I listen to.
That'd be really fun if I had time to do that.
But
Anyway,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
okay, Mike.
My favorite anime opening?
No, what did you play?
What have I played?
No,
Oh.
anime opening, Mike.
No.
He
Wait,
didn't get a chance.
He didn't give one. Okay, hurry, please.
Okay, my favorite anime opening of all.
We've hijacked it.
We've hijacked this radio transmission. I don't know. It feels like it's pretty tropey to say the Evangelion opening, but I
Oh,
really
that's
like that
good, though.
opening.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it right now. You just
Yep.
did it to me.
Mhm.
Okay, so what have you been playing?
Mostly just the Ava opening on loop so that I can get
All
prepared
right.
for the segment.
Well, that was quick. All right, well, I've been playing.
No. So while you've been preparing to relocate your whole life
Yes.
to a new domicile,
Yes.
the green apartment I picked out for you.
The green fall apart you predicted.
Oh, the fireplace apartment?
Oh.
You have a
Uh,
fireplace?
He gets a
Yes,
fireplace, and
I
he didn't have
don't
to even pay
want
for
one.
it. He
I
got it
didn't
for
want
free.
one. They told me
Take
they
it
didn't
out.
have one.
Jimmy,
Then we
this is
opened the door
fantastic
and it
news.
fucking had one.
Think of all the
was so
documents you
good.
can burn.
It was so good. The best part is earlier in that conversation, you talked about Dazzle's face when you upset him. And then you made the same face when you saw the fireplace.
It's all right.
But while you were doing all that, Jimmy, I got locked into a room for an hour and I had to escape.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, that does nothing to do with video games, but okay.
I mean, a lot of things don't have to do with video games because the only video game I've really played.
I mean, we've
this
been talking
month-
about fucking anime intros. Who gives a
Right,
shit?
fuck
Yeah,
it,
what's your escape room experience?
So my escape room experience is... Look, it's at least a game, right? Compared to
That's
anime.
true.
One time
That's
that
true.
Jimmy got mad about
You
talking
say it a game?
suck my dick. Sorry.
Jimmy, I need that soundbite clipped so that I can just have that as my text alert noise.
Okay.
And thank you. No, it was the theme for this room was that we were breaking into an art thief's house to steal back a painting before the gallery opened and it was missing. Oh, but no, I spent an hour with a bunch of people I barely knew, getting confused as to why no one could understand anything, including myself. Until eventually the lady we paid $25 per person to guide us through this experience gave us all the answers and we were finally free.
Oh, there you go.
All in all, 10/10 would recommend going back again at the end of the month. Check it out.
right.
Are you going back?
Yeah, actually, in all honesty, I think we're planning another return, just a return, at the end of the month for another guy. Well, another person in the group has a birthday coming up, and so he wanted to go back and do a different room. So it sounds like we're going to be going back and trying a spooky haunted mansion instead. So come back next month to find out what I think about that one, where I say the same thing about being locked and being too stupid to solve puzzles.
Sounds good.
It's a cool experience, though. If you've never done one and you've got them in your area, check them out.
They are fun. I've done
They're
them.
very fun.
Yeah.
Played Slay the Spire, which we talked about with Dustin. Played a lot of Monster Hunter World, which we talked about with Paul and Seth. To touch on some of the things that I just personally for me real quick, because there's one game on this list I think that you and I and Seth have played that I think is going to be a fun discussion. But WoW, Blizzard gave me a week of WoW time to come back and check it out, so I did, and it was the worst experience I've ever had with that game.
Oh,
I mean, it sounds like every experience I've had with that game.
Jimmy, you played WoW?
No.
I've tried WoW 3 times.
he's saying he's getting this out of the way before he talks about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But basically, I might have mentioned this a couple podcasts ago when I unsubbed, but they break up the patch content into a weekly delivery to keep you the drip feed to keep you subscribed. And when you come back to play that drip feed that was designed for you to be, it's like, this is the only thing I get to do this week. And now it's, I want to do all these very quickly so I can understand the story. It's not a good time. And that kind of sucked. But whatever. I'm like you with Final Fantasy 14. That expansion comes out, I'll buy it, I'll play it, I'll beat it, and be like, well, I'll come back in a couple of months maybe.
Right.
But yeah, as of the way that whole thing turned out, Blizzard just going, hey, we know you play WoW. Come here. Hey, come play for a week and maybe we'll resubscribe. Also, here's some of the worst content we've ever made. I'm like, no, why? Aside from that, Into the Breach, like Dustin mentioned, it's from the makers of FTL. It is a turn-based strategy game, sort of like a tactics game. It's like the last 5 turns of an Advanced Wars game, or Advanced Wars meets chess is kind of how it's described. There's very little RNG. You know what the enemy's going to do, how much damage your attacks are going to do, where they're going to hit, what you're going to do, how much damage you're going to do. And it's basically, it makes every turn a puzzle that you have to try to find the optimal solution for, which is it's pleasing a very specific part of my brain that I have not been engaging in a while. So that's really
Wait,
fun.
which game was that? Can you repeat that again?
That's Into the Breach.
It is a lot of fun. I've enjoyed. I think I put about like 6 or 7 hours into it right now.
Would new Paul like that game?
I think old Paul would have liked that game, so I would hope new Paul would, unless new Paul has.
I said makers of FTL. Old Paul probably would like that game.
Paul, you like tactics games and stuff, right?
I do, and I liked FTL quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I picked it up just because Mike and Andrew were talking about it.
Shit.
So I was like, yeah.
Well, I have to go do that now. Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, you're welcome.
Pretty good.
Speaking of things other people have been talking about, Jimmy and Seth's game most looked forward to several months ago, Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age, released on PC in February, and I picked that game up.
How are you enjoying it?
I am liking it so far. I'm very, very, very early in the game.
Have you played it before?
No.
Ooh.
I've never played it before.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I liked the idea of just program your JRPG party to do the fights, and then they'll go do the fights, and then put it on 4x speed and watch as all the money goes up. And then I found out
I didn't like that. I did everything manually.
And I was like, oh, okay, that'd be kind of cool, kind of clever. And then I found out the PC version in the settings, there's one setting for give you max money and one setting for give you max job points.
Which the PlayStation 4 version does not have.
And I'm like, oh, okay, so if at any point I get bored and I just want to see the story, I can just do that and then just hit 4x speed and go.
Yeah.
But no, I played up to the point where you pick the first class for the first character, and the game says, hey, you're only 45 minutes into this thing, but you're going to make a choice. Pick one of 12 things. You cannot go back.
Right.
And I'm like, oh,
I thought they
fuck.
changed it in the Zodiac edition that you could change
You
it.
cannot go back.
You
There
cannot go
weren't
back.
classes in the original at all, though.
No.
Oh,
there
that's
wasn't.
right. They weren't in
I was
the
like, what are you
original
talking
version.
about, Jimmy? There were
That's right.
classes.
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, no going back. You do get to pick a second one later.
Mhm.
And I told myself I'm not going to just go to the internet and say what's the best combo for the best character.
About the air white mage, yo.
But I was like, okay, samurai sounds cool. I'll pick you. Can I afford a katana? No. All right. Well, I'll save and come back to this.
It's not if you can you afford one. You don't even encounter one until you get to like the second mission of where you leave Robin Astor.
He's speaking English right now.
I don't know. He keeps cutting out.
I don't fucking know why. I don't know.
He says you don't encounter one till
You don't get
goes
the
away.
choice for a samurai weapon for.
But no, I made that choice and I saved the game and turned it off, and I figure it's some rainy weekend I'm gonna go back and put a bunch of time into that thing.
That's how I've viewed it.
And no, the other thing I want to mention, another one of these quickies, a game called Cultist Simulator from the people who did the Dark Sea, Into the Dark. Sunless Sea, I believe, is what they did before. That sounds correct. Anyways, they kickstarted a game called Cultist Simulator, which was a roguelike story thing. Apparently, I never saw the Kickstarter, but the pitch seemed to be you have permadeath, and you try to tell the story of you becoming a cultist and summoning the old gods into the world. And I found out about this game because I was looking for something similar to Slay the Spire, because I was looking for another roguelike card game. And for whatever reason, I went, hey, Steam is good. I like Steam. What if I went to itch.io instead and found all this weird crap? Because if you're unfamiliar, itch.io, itch.io, is a website where people upload video games and you can buy them and play them. And a lot of weird shit goes there. They also take like novels and comics, because why not? And I guess the Weather Factory is the name of the developer, and after launching the Kickstarter, they were like, well, if people still want to give us money, they should be able to, but we don't want to just launch it on early access on Steam. Too many people will play it and burn out, and it's way too early, so we'll put it on itch, because according to them, only like 1 to 5% of the Steam user base is like, the size of itch is about 1 to 5% of the Steam user base. It's a very, very smaller, very, very much smaller market. And they're like, okay, this way people will play it, give us some feedback, and we can kind of go from there. And I ended up picking it up there. Game's not out on Steam for another 2 months. And it's definitely early. There's no tutorial at all, and I can't tell if that's intentional or not, because it definitely feels like you're trying to stumble your way through. Like, my character got fired from his job, and so I started doing backbreaking work because I didn't know what else I could do. And then eventually I found a bookstore and spent all my money buying a book. And when I read the book instead of going to work, I got sick because I didn't have any money to eat food. And then eventually a detective started looking for me because I was going around town asking about the old gods and the occult. And I got invited to this European society, but I still didn't have any money. So I started working as a clerk to make more money. But then I was spending all my time working and not researching my magic spells. So the guy in Europe didn't care about me anymore. And eventually a lady wanted me to dream about this book so that I could discover the true meaning of the old gods.
Is this real life?
Like,
This
what
is
the fuck?
And I was like, what the hell is going on? And I did some quick Googling, and it's like, hey, the game has no real tutorial. You probably want to do these things before you start exploring. And I was like, oh, okay. So I look forward to that, like, finally getting more content added to it and kind of not necessarily fleshing it out, but kind of maybe giving a little bit of direction at the beginning or something. But no, the thing that I would like to talk about with you, Jimmy, and with our good buddy Seth here, our forever guest Seth, Dragon Ball FighterZ came out. A game which I believe we all said during the E3 podcast looked amazing,
Right?
and still looks pretty good.
Still think it looks really good. Yeah.
And this is where, Jimmy, if you have time to edit, and I don't think you will, but if you do, I would adore if you could cut back to our initial reaction to that game when you said, I am going to get my ass kicked in this game, but it's going to be really cool for at least a little bit. because
that sounds about what the experience was.
Because it sounds like that's what your experience with this game has been so far.
Yep, I had fun. I don't regret buying it. But then I started playing a couple people, and then don't want to play it anymore. Yep.
Way to go, Mike. You ruined it.
Which is my experience playing any fighting game that I actually have an interest in.
Oh man, I should have picked that game up.
You should have. The more people
I'm
who
so
have
good
it,
at fighting games.
like, that's why I wanted you and Seth and me to all play together, because then that way it's like, okay, everyone's playing, we're all kind of learning the game a little bit, we're all getting a little bit better, but it seems
Are we
like
getting better, though?
I'm not opposed to going back and playing a little bit of it again, but I just don't know when.
it seems like you and Seth, like Seth finished the story and then was like, I'm never touching this again. And I don't think you've even finished the story, right, Jimmy?
No, I'm not really too worried about finishing the story. It's just gonna be a game I go and play for shits and giggles. It's gonna be like Budokai for me, kind of.
Yeah.
Except this is more fun. But
I thought the auto combo system I thought was really cool.
yeah,
Being able to just kind of mash on light and get a 7 to 14 hit combo that looks really flashy. And
I mean, I think I'm better at this game than I am most fighting games.
mm-hmm.
But still, I'm not good enough to not get mad. So
And god damn, this game looks beautiful.
yeah, it's so pretty.
But
Yeah, it's fun.
I just did you see that this was like the largest fighting game launch on Steam, and then
Yeah, by a lot.
within 2 weeks 80% of the player base is gone.
Is it really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
that's
dropped to
bad.
below. It's like below
know
Street
that.
Fighter levels, I think now.
Wow.
Which makes sense.
It does.
yeah.
It's still, that sucks.
Oh well, the company made their money. At least
Yeah.
they made their money, and
And the people
way
that stay,
more.
they're gonna get all those character DLCs. So
Yep.
I don't regret paying for the game. It was a good game.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I was really gonna get it, but then I said no.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna buy it. No, never. I was never gonna buy it.
No,
I
Paul's
don't
not
know.
gonna buy it.
New Paul, you know? There's no,
Yeah,
That's
it's
true. I
true.
didn't. I
New
don't
Paul
think
should
I was
give
gonna.
it- New Paul should give it a shot.
Oh my gosh,
and then we can all play.
New Paul can't be trusted.
And we can all do Hadoken.
That new, old Paul couldn't be trusted. He fucking kidding. So, was there any other games, Mike?
Jesus.
No, that's
No,
it for me. I was gonna say, what have you been playing other than the little bit of Dragon Ball FighterZ before you?
I
the game was
completely
broken,
forgot I
I'm
even
bad.
played that. To be honest, for some reason I was thinking we talked about that last podcast.
Mm-mm.
But played a little bit of Destiny 2, and I played a little bit of the console version of Destiny 2.
What?
Oh wait, no one told Mike.
What?
Did Mike not know?
Hold on.
I
What?
thought for sure someone said something.
Oh, I
No,
was gonna tell him, but I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
I played a little bit of Destiny 2 on PlayStation.
Why?
For the
A friend from I was playing it with a friend from work.
You really needed to see that exclusive content, huh? But no, so you're playing the Destiny console version because you're like, I gotta see this game run worse.
I mean,
Pretty much.
kinda. No, I really liked that timeline thing though.
Mhm.
I got to see that thing.
Oh, you finally got to see the Your Legend stuff.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. It sucks that they never bothered to do anything with that for the PC version.
Yeah, because it's not like that data's there or anything.
Right.
But anyway, no, I played not very far. My friend is also in the middle of moving, so we haven't actually played much. So, I think we got to the middle of Titan. So yeah, not that far.
The water planet.
Yeah. And then I've been playing Theater Rhythm again.
Curtain
Or
Call
more-
or base game?
Curtain.
Hey, the water planet has a sea monster.
Well, I mean, that's not true, but okay. Yeah, I've been playing. I picked up Theater Rhythm again. I've been playing that.
Are you
Just 'cause
good at rhythm games? You used to be a DJ, so I'm
I
gonna
am
say
good at
yes.
rhythm games. I was very good at Guitar Hero.
Yes, he was.
You could play on like hard and stuff.
I could beat.
You
any
play a
song on
master, right?
expert.
On expert, I remember sitting back watching Jimmy.
I could beat just about anything on expert.
Watching him play Dragon Force and not even struggle and just beat it. It was like orgasmic.
I wouldn't say I didn't struggle.
Well, to me, you didn't struggle because I was watching it.
I have a hard time with the very beginning, the finger tapping part.
Yeah.
But I can pass everything else.
It's all
the
awesome.
other and it's only the Through the Fire and the Flames is the only one I had trouble with. All the other Dragon Force songs that came out and with Guitar Hero 5, I think, or is like whatever. Like I had no problem beating them. Like I couldn't 100% them by any means, but I had no issues beating them on expert.
It was cool. It's very cool. You're skilled.
I loved that game a lot. Hated Rock Band. I hate the guitar. I hate the.
What?
I hate the way they
Rockabandu.
I hate the. It's not as responsive with the hammer-ons and pull-offs.
What?
It's not as good.
He said it's not as responsive.
What about the drums?
I'm not arguing for the other instruments.
Oh, just guitar?
I'm talking about guitar.
Oh.
He's a guitar purist.
How's your karaoke?
I'm okay.
All right. Okay.
I got some pipes.
You got a big pipe.
Is that so? Okay, can I guess which Final Fantasy game you're playing the most music from?
God.
Right now, or just played
yeah.
in the game period?
No, just in the game period.
Okay, because right now I'm going through and finishing all the songs I never played on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, no, just in the game period.
Oh, I mean that's easy.
Yeah, it's Chrono Trigger, right?
Of course.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you got all that DLC.
I don't have all the DLC. I don't think I bought any Chrono Trigger DLC. I definitely bought that Secret of Mana DLC.
Man, I love it. Final Fantasy Curtain Call, Theatre Rhythm, now with Secret of Mana songs.
It's really good. I bought
good.
Theater Rhythm. It's great.
So good. I love that game.
I never play my.
It's perfect. It's a rhythm game with my favorite music.
I would probably pick it up on Switch if they release it on Switch again.
I actually might play it more because Jimmy told me that you can click the buttons instead of tapping the screen.
You didn't know that?
I'm an idiot, guys. I'm not. Why am I on a video game podcast? Oh, to be made fun of. That's
to be fair. To be fair, in the first Theater Rhythm, you had to use the stylus with the running one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could not use buttons on the running songs in the first game. You can in Curtain Call.
I suck.
But yeah. Anyway,
but you're
that's
terrible.
that's all I've been doing. I've been very busy. I haven't played many games. But
Jimmy, I forgot
wanna-
to put one on my list.
okay.
Oh, which anime intro is this gonna be?
Oh God.
I went back
Tell me.
to 14.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Did
Yeah.
all the current content in the game again.
Oh God.
And now you're done for 6 months.
Yeah, I killed
there a new-
Kefka.
Is
That
there a
was
new
super
expansion coming
fun.
out?
No, not for a
No,
year and a
not
half.
for
Okay.
another year and a half. Easy.
That's every 2 years. That's what the cycle.
Oh.
They're on a they're on a 2-year expansion cycle.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I did Kefka and I fought the new primal. They're doing the 4 lords. The first one is Baako, and it's going to be the 4 sky gods from Final Fantasy 11.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
we have Suzaku, Siryu, Gimbu, and Baako. But Baako is pretty fun. They have human forms, kind of, and there's a real good story. They implemented Tenzin into the storyline. He was also an echo wielder, like your character in the game. So it was pretty neat. And the Kefka fight is fun. Like, I didn't do Savage, so I didn't fight God mode Kefka. I just did the normal. So I saw the normal mode Kefka, but there's a lot of fun. He does the whole, he tries to trick you. He'll throw markers on the ground, but you have to watch for his indicators to know whether or not you're supposed to do what the markers tell you to or do the opposite. Because, yeah, he's tricky like that. So
Of course he is.
and he does his laugh. It's
like
pretty
the
cool.
laugh.
The laugh. He does the laugh.
The one, the
The one from the
soundbite,
original game.
the 16-bit laugh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he does that in 14, and it's
Okay.
pretty good.
Good.
That would take me out of the game.
Oh, absolutely
if you hear a 16
Oh my god, that's perfect.
You're like, well, who's got their ringtone on? Turn it off.
He's very. I never played the game that he's from, so
Final Fantasy VI, the greatest game of all time.
I mean, I didn't make bad choices.
That's debatable.
But
Except it's not.
No 8.
So yeah, I never played it, so I didn't know completely about his story or everything. He's a condescending ass. It is like all of his.
He's the evilest villain Final Fantasy has had.
You were a worthless piece of shit in his eyes. Is basically.
He's the Joker. I mean, like he's legit Joker. Only maybe not as chaotic. Because he has a goal.
He brings about chaos to the entire planet.
Yeah, but any bad guy will do that. Any bad guy, but he doesn't do it random.
But think about how he
has
does
a
it, though. Like
chaos is.
His goal is to become a god.
Yeah, he has a goal.
Well, he achieves that in Savage.
The Joker has a goal.
Joker's goal is just to legit cause chaos.
He's not the Joker. I don't. Yeah. I wasn't going to argue with you. I don't agree with that, but we'll just.
It's a mistake, I guess.
That's cool.
So yeah, just wanted to hit on it. But the game is still there, still has issues, but
yep,
it was fun.
The things I want to play aren't fixed yet, so anyway.
Red Mage?
Yeah, of course.
Blue Mage?
No, Red Mage is the lowest mage DPS currently. So.
Anyway, so that's it for games. Not much news. Just a few little things.
Let's talk about movies.
There is a possibility of a violent video game tax coming.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, have you not heard this, Dustin? The school shooting epidemic in America.
Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Never mind.
Have proposed, what if we just taxed violent video games more than other video games? And I doubt it'll go anywhere. Is it a couple
or is it a person? I thought it was like one.
I thought it was a person.
I thought it was 2, but maybe I'm wrong.
I heard that governor or whatever, the religious governor. Usually, it's all based on religion.
I was gonna say you're just saying what you.
Sorry.
You know that religious guy, right?
Mike, did you have the details on what was going on with this?
Yeah, people don't want to acknowledge the real problem, and so we're gonna scapegoat video games again, like it's the 90s.
Right, but like who proposed it?
Oh,
where it's at? Like I heard there's gonna be a meeting about it soon.
I think it's like Trump's meeting with this dude to talk about it, and he's like, "Hey, this is gonna be a good
guys.
thing.
We're trying to take our guns. We better think of something quick. Yeah, blame something else.
Entertainment, okay."
Republican member for the Rhode Island State House.
Rhode Island doesn't even matter.
Apparently decided. There's like 7 people there. I think there's more people in Louisiana.
The plan, apparently, the idea is you tax the violent video games and spend that tax directly on mental health and counseling for schools.
They have money enough to put guns in teachers' hands, but they don't have enough money to pay them respectively.
He said,
okay.
He said in a statement that there is evidence that children exposed to violent video games at a young age tend to be more aggressive than those who are not.
Not true.
And that this bill would give schools the additional resources needed to help students deal with aggression in a positive way.
Oh my god!
I want to see where they're getting these figures from because numbers I've seen show the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Apparently,
right inside their ass.
Apparently, the proposal here is for a 10% sales tax on all violent video games.
Wow.
Well, actually, technically, it's any video game with an M rating or higher. So,
so it's not technically a violence rating. It's the ASAB M rating.
it's an ESRB rating, but they do. He does mention in his statement specifically that this is for
The
violent
ones that
video
are tagged
games.
for violence.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, hey, they might just dial
So
back.
no
What's
tax on the
violent?
sexy time games.
Yep. Dating sims with sex. Great. Good times.
Oh boy, that's shitty. Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it sounds like it's probably gonna not do anything, and if it does do anything,
Probably
just
not.
Don't be one of the 6 people who buy video games in Rhode Island, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Looks like it's possible that the new Destiny expansion might have been accidentally said maybe coming in May. Not really.
Yeah, so this is great. Bungie has basically said, "Hey, we're gonna have big stuff coming in Season 3." And for anyone who's paying attention, Season 2 was the launch of The Curse of Osiris, the first expansion.
Yes.
And in an attempt to be more open and transparent with their Destiny audience, who are seemingly fleeing from that game in droves,
Mm-hmm.
they have published 2 roadmaps, their internal document plans for what they're going to bring to Destiny 2 and at what timeline. The first one posted at the beginning of February, and a revised edition posted at the end of February that had a bunch of stuff miss its dates and get pushed back, which was really funny. But they mentioned in those timelines that the month of May will apparently be the launch of Season 3. And when they coyly talk about the new expansion, they always say it's coming this spring or it's coming soon, but later. Which means it would line up with a Season 3 launch of May. No direct confirmation aside from the fact that it does seem that this will be the first meaningful content addition to the game. Is whenever Season 3 finally hits, because according to these roadmaps, the closest thing we're going to get is the new scoring system for Nightfalls, which apparently disabled the modifiers for everything but the Prestige version. So now there are no modifiers anymore. No time warp, no rings, no health, no momentum, no rotating.
For the regular version.
Right, only the Prestige. And change
that.
all the auras and stuff. And then at some point at the end of the month, next month, there's going to be a follow-up patch with exotic repetition protection, so that you're unlikely to get the same exotic twice in a row.
That needs to happen right now.
That was
so ridiculous.
That was planned for this patch, and then got pushed back. That was one of the things that got pushed back.
How can it be that hard? Man. It's so shitty getting the Vesper Radius 8 times in a row.
It's because they don't want. I mean, this is me being cynical. They don't want the protection to be too good. They want to stop you from getting it twice in a row.
I understand.
They don't care if you get it once, then nothing, and then once again. And
but
so
the
my guess
is
that
you get it 4 times in a row. You get it 5 times in a row.
So my guess is they had to push it back because they couldn't get the numbers where they wanted them to be most likely to push you towards Tess Everest. But
I mean, if they really didn't want you getting all the exotics, they wouldn't have given Xur that random non-exotic. Then
that is true. That is true. But no, they do mention too. Next month is supposed to also have strike-specific loot. Instead of it just being, well, this strike takes place on Earth. Here's the Earth loot pool. It's, this strike has this boss in it. You killed this boss. You might get this piece of armor.
That's something that's really been missing for me. I really missed that from Destiny 1.
I look forward to that getting pushed back to to spring, because I don't trust anything on this timeline. But it's nice of them to make an attempt.
It's nice to know what they're working on too.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily the timeline, because, I mean, really, I don't think any of us, except for maybe me playing occasionally, are going to get hot and heavy into it until the fall when they release the big expansion, I'm sure.
I don't know. I feel like if there was enough there, I would at least launch the game every week instead of wait until
I would
you
love
say...
to be playing it. I mean,
right.
Me from spending money somewhere else.
As it is right now, though, it's wait until Jimmy says you guys want to do the Nightfall, and then everybody goes, not really.
Not really, yeah.
Speaking of things we used to play all the time but don't.
Yeah.
Overwatch announced Hero 27?
That's
the
news.
number now?
That is news.
27 now, man.
I think 27's the number. No, Brigitte. however you want to
Brigitte.
pronounce it.
Brigitte.
The
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Yep, Gillette, the best a man can get, right here, baby. Daughter of Torb, goddaughter of Reinhardt.
Right.
This lady is a support with a shield and a whip and a flag because she kinky AF.
Well, it's a flail.
What?
Well, it's not. It doesn't start out as a flail though, right? That then turns into a flail. Can you do ranged and just pummel up front?
Nah, it's like a small. It's essentially it's like Reinhardt's hammer in that it's a very large melee weapon. It's a big area in front of you.
I thought it was a flail.
No, it is a flail, but
it is a flail. I was being
close hitting
facetious.
or
Okay.
It's a melee range thing, but it's got like I think 7 meter range or some number. I don't know.
It stretches out.
Yeah. You want the
It looks
numbers?
cool.
They're out
It's
there.
a space flail.
She looks cool. She gives shield. She's support. She's got a personal like a big Reinhardt shield, but only for her and a little bit around her.
Right.
She looks like she'll be fun to play, but I'm not really. She's not enough for me to download the PTR and play a bunch of really skewed games where everyone's trying to play her.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I will
Or the
heal
first
as well?
the first 2 weeks of it being live.
right. She does heal.
okay. I thought I saw some gameplay.
Yeah. Not only does she heal, if she goes to heal somebody who's at full health, she gives them armor instead.
She looks like a character that I'm gonna really like, honestly.
Yeah, I could see her being a Paul character.
She reminds me of the Crusader from Diablo 3.
I'd be surprised if she doesn't
Kinda.
get a Crusader skin, honestly.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's like 40% of the reason they make their characters. It's like, okay, this one we could actually use this skin from this
Mhm.
game.
Jimmy, that's so cynical of you
Not really.
and very insightful.
That's just proper brand planning.
All right, fine.
God,
Sorry.
talk about brand
Sorry.
planning.
Fine.
I apologize.
I apologize. Apologize.
Good one,
Man,
Paul.
smart.
So, Mike,
I accept your apology.
Mike,
That's me.
Aw.
wasn't there some big fuck up in the
Yeah,
past month?
talking about proper brand management.
Yeah.
So Yakuza 6,
Mhm.
The Song of Life, a game that I believe has been out in Japan for a while. I could be wrong. Was
I
supposed
don't
to,
think it's been out that long. I think it's been like a week or two. I don't know.
but it was supposed to come out in the States, in March, I believe, but got pushed back a month to April.
I know, I was thinking of a different game. I don't know how long it's been out. Sorry.
But when they said, "Hey, we are pushing the game back. Don't worry. End of February, we're putting out a demo for everybody. You can you download the demo. It'll save your progress. You can buy the full version when it comes out and pick right where you left off from the demo." Everyone goes, "Oh,
That's cool. Whoa.
Oh, good God. Am I
What
dead?
was
Did I just
Oh my
that?
die?
God.
Is
Seth,
that you,
if you've been
Jesus?
tasered, you need to."
That was
Seth.
Seth. Are you okay, Seth?
Oh, God!
Oh God,
What
Seth, no!
is happening?
Seth has been replaced by an alien.
Who's really bad at playing human.
Hello.
Look, you
There he
there?
is.
Are you okay, buddy?
I didn't even talk. I don't know what
The
happened.
Reapers are here.
Yeah, dude. Are you guys okay?
Did they assume you? Somebody assumed you're in control.
I mean, my internet probably took
Did
it.
you
shit.
turn on Steam?
Oh no.
We all know I have the best internet in the room. So
Seth, I know you don't like Yakuza, but to
but
tase yourself and scream like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yo.
He really doesn't like Yakuza.
Right.
But no, so
I mean,
they.
it's better than Persona. What?
That's not hard.
I played that game about 3 hours. That was it.
they said, "Hey, we're gonna put out this demo. Download it, save your progress, pick it up when the full game comes out." And I believe they also said the reason for the delay is they're doing a special edition in the States that have these two glasses, and apparently there's like some production issues with the glasses or something.
Like a glass you wear,
Like a
or
glass you
drinking
drink,
glass. Oh, okay.
like a beer
Gotcha.
glass.
Gotcha.
And because this is like the send off, the final game starring Kazuma Kiryu, the lead protagonist
really?
for like, all these games. Yeah, this
I
is
didn't know
supposed to be
that.
like his goodbye, his swan song, and
Huh.
this is them bringing up who's going to be the new protagonist. Now, whether or
The
not
new guy.
they stick to that, who can say? But
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think fan reaction is going to have a big deal with that.
absolutely.
Those are very big games in Japan.
But no, so they put that game out, and the demo came out on Monday night in regions where PlayStation Store updates at Monday night. People downloaded it, said it was fun. Tuesday, the North American PlayStation Store updates. Yakuza 6 demo goes live, and very quickly, people are realizing that there's something weird with this demo. Trophies are unlocking in addition to being able to save, and people go, oh well, they said you could save your progress, maybe that's just it. And then people start talking about how this demo seems really long for a demo, and realizing, hey, wait, how did you get there? I can't get there in my version of the demo. Because sure enough, for whatever reason, the reason is human error most likely, someone at Sega flagged the digital version of that game, which is complete and I believe has been sent to reviewers for review, flagged that as the demo to upload, not the demo version. And
wait, so they released the whole game?
They released the entire game for free in North America 2 months before it's supposed to be out.
That's why I've been seeing so many people stream it on Twitch.
And the game was up for I think 2.5, 3 hours, basically just long enough that by the time I got off work and could grab it, Sega had pulled it down. And they were like, "Hey, the demo will come back. That there was a mistake. We apologize for the
job, man.
We apologize for the delay.
Apologized as well
for the delay in this demo. But we'll get it out to you fans." And very quickly, people were like, wait, they're going to PT us, because Sony lets you remotely revoke licenses for things you purchase, specifically for cases like this. Someone uploads something wrong for free, you get the license, the publisher can take the license away so you can't keep playing it. So everyone immediately went, I'm disconnecting my PlayStation from the internet until April. Because anyone who has it downloaded and disconnected from the internet cannot have their license pulled and can play through the entire thing.
Well, I would argue you might want to finish the game before even
going back online.
Because there's definitely a way they could flag that newer version of the game as being different. So,
and in addition, so Sega has finally revoked licenses. Anyone who did not pull their PlayStation offline, or who has left it, or who has connected online since, have lost the access to the game. It shows up on the dashboard, but it's locked. You can't launch it. And there was a quote from the head of localization in the States for this game that was basically, I've been in a lot of meetings since the incident happened, and I just gotta say, seeing everybody say they're still going to keep their pre-orders and they're still buying this game really brings like tears to my eyes and joy to my heart. Because it is a bad time for that team over there, considering Yakuza 0 finally blew up in the States in a way that they've always wanted. This was going to be their chance to try to capitalize on that.
Yep.
And then they gave everyone who was paying attention the game for free.
Granted, it was during the day and only a few hours, so it couldn't have been that many.
Right. But it's definitely a big fuck up.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they get that demo online at some point, because I did want to play it. And I'm still looking forward to that game when it does finally come out. But yeah, bad day at Sega.
Yeah, that sucks for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they give away their product for free. That's gonna affect a lot of people. But especially the guy who accidentally hit that button.
Yep.
But anyway,
you're making Sonic for the rest of your life, friend.
Oh no,
that's a fate worse than death.
It's like, I quit. You're not allowed to quit.
Oh man,
this is your hell now.
So last month we gave our anticipated games. Mike, you said that you were most looking forward to Eclipse Phase 2nd Edition.
Yes, it was kind of weird. It's that RPG that I mentioned last time. No updates on if that's coming out or not. They had a contest for some short stories, some quick fiction from a bunch of authors they're going to put out. I guess according to the Kickstarter rewards that they put out. But No update from them yet on as to when that's finally getting a release date, but fingers crossed it doesn't end up like Scion and it does eventually come out.
Shut up, Mike. It's gonna come out.
Sure, you keep saying that, man.
Yeah.
Paul, you talked about yours, Civ 6, Rise and Fall of Civilization.
That's right. That's right.
Happy with it?
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, I didn't really get to finish this thought, but it was a good game before. This expansion doesn't do that much, but it does enough to bring me it's enough new stuff for me to be like, oh, this is fun again. So
all right,
it's good.
Seth, you said God of War,
Yeah, not out yet.
so I'm assuming that's your current one as well. Still,
Yeah, until it comes
Okay.
out. That's
is that April? I think.
yeah, next month. I'm not sure the exact date. I know it's in April, so I'll pay more attention when April gets here. But yeah, I'm excited. Dad of War is going to be a really good game.
Dad of War, old Dad of War, basically. Dustin, you said Dynasty Warriors 9.
Yeah.
we'll leave you with that. I said Destiny 2 updates and next expansion. I mean, I'm still looking forward to those things, but my answer has changed for later.
So how were those seasonal events?
They weren't bad. I enjoyed going in and playing them. The Valentine's one, I got that ship that shits petals and
Oh, nice.
not the ship, the
Sparrow.
the sparrow.
Now, Mike, wait. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, you're fine.
I was going to come back to the Eclipse Phase thing. Is that a
Yeah.
video game?
No. That's the second
Okay,
edition of the
okay.
RPG.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
No,
thinking it was you were talking about video games and stuff.
No, see, normally I understand why you'd expect that. This is a video game podcast, but
Right.
it
How
was.
dare I would bring up role play games,
bit-
tabletop games. That's why I didn't mention it. I'm
but-
excited about Scion.
But no, it was January. It was the beginning of the year, and I had a copy of Monster Hunter and Dragon Ball in my hand, so I couldn't say those were my most anticipated.
Yeah.
So I went with, I don't know, this RPG looks fun. By the way, I will mention, if you have Netflix, or even if you don't, and you've seen trailers for the show Altered Carbon on Netflix,
Mhm.
that is the show based on a book that heavily inspired this RPG. So if you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about when I say Eclipse Phase, and I really doubt you do, but you want a quick primer on what the setting and kind of themes of the world are, check out that show or a couple trailers for that show to kind of get an idea for the vibe.
There you go. So, Mike, what is your current most anticipated game?
Right now, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. Because
Okay.
even before they gave the entire game away for free, I really wanted to grab that demo and just forgot to grab it before I went to work, and then couldn't grab it when I got home. So I want to get my hands on that. I've seen some video, some gameplay from it, and it looks really fun. So I'm excited to kind of get in there and see Kiryu's story off as he sails off into the sunset.
Nice. Paul,
Yes, sir.
most anticipated game?
Oh, yes. I'm gonna go with the Kyuzu Monogatari second movie intro is the best.
Seth,
now
what
the
is
one
your
that-
most anticipated game? God of War.
Wait.
Alright.
I have an answer.
Okay.
Bakemonogatari.
no.
Into the
no,
breach.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe. Wait,
Into
that
the
already
Breach.
came out though, right?
I mean, it doesn't
That
mean you
doesn't matter.
can't be anticipating it.
Can I anticipate things that already came out? Okay, then I'm gonna
Sure.
say Assassin's Creed Origins when it comes out. For me,
When it
wanna check
comes
that game out?
for me.
I figure Steam's gonna do an Ubisoft sale
They
when
just
they
did earlier in
launch
the year.
Far Cry
Yeah.
5.
Farcraft 5. Okay.
Farcraft to the
No, Far
5.
Cry 5 comes out in about a month, a little less than a month,
That's true.
and that game's gonna be disappointing for a lot of people probably.
Like I said, is anyone
Probably.
excited for that thing?
I
I'm
like
not.
Far Cry 3 and 4, so I should
I liked
be
Far Cry.
excited.
I liked Far Cry 4 a lot, but everything I saw from E3 about 5 did not leave me excited about that.
What
game at
happened to
all.
that game?
Did you like Primal? because Primal
That's not a
happened.
thing.
Primal looked
no one.
real bad.
Was Primal bad?
I don't know that it was bad. I think it was.
It didn't look good.
I mean, it
Yeah.
was.
You
It
bet
was
dog.
critically received adequately.
It probably made Ubisoft some money.
I bet it did because I bet it was really cheap to make.
Probably.
Like in the grand scheme of things, I'm sure it
So
cost
I'm pretty sure.
millions of dollars. But
I'm pretty sure it used an existing engine. So
yeah, it was a mod of 4.
right.
Pretty sure. No,
So
I don't
Dustin?
know. I want.
Okay.
Oh man,
Never
I was
mind. Go
gonna
ahead.
say Sea of
Go ahead.
Thieves.
Thought you were done. Sea
I
of
thought
Thieves. Okay.
Playing Sea of
Oh,
Thieves with you
yeah.
guys.
Sea of Thieves. I forgot about that.
Playing it with you guys is my anticipated game.
Okay.
Playing it is going to be bad, probably.
So Assassin's Creed Origins PAL release, aka Sea of Thieves.
That's my final answer. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Seth is God of War. We already established that. Dustin, what is your most anticipated game?
Video game wise, I would say when they re-released the joke that is a Dynasty Warriors name. This is just a joke. It's a really long going April Fool's joke. Really early.
Oh,
really
is that
early
what
too?
is that what the
They got us.
DW9 is? It's just a
Mhm.
joke. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't have anything for video games. For role playing games, I have a couple.
And that's all the time we have for
Tabletop.
today.
Dustin, I want to let you speak, but I want to actually say something more important.
Okay.
I'd like to change my answer again.
Okay. Good.
I mean, you said final answer.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm thinking Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom.
Why?
Listen,
Those are good games. Man.
Nino,
Nino Tuni.
Nini no.
Nani Nini.
Nino Tuni.
No, dude. Why hasn't anyone done that before?
Oh my gosh.
It writes itself. No, I probably won't play that game, but it looks good.
Okay.
Oh, I do. Kingdom Hearts. The newest Kingdom Hearts.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu.
March
We're
23rd.
getting a release date at E3.
Yeah, I'm all about that. That game looks great.
I'm
Yeah,
currently
Yeah, they keep
playing
saying.
Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts right now.
keep dreaming. Keep dreaming that game's coming out one day.
I'm waiting for the Danny DeVito fan dub.
Right?
Dustin, I picked up the 1.5, 2.5 remix, and I'm playing through all of them.
Oh, those are so good.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to change my answer again. I'm going to say the new show Citrus, OP2, starts in episode 8. Check it out.
You know, I'm gonna change mine real quick. Tried that new Mountain Dew Frost. Whatever that is.
All here was Mountain Dew. Pause. Blast.
No, Jimmy, you saw the review for the new Mountain Dew. It's like Sprite, but worse.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
I've had a Sierra Mist. It's great.
Oh man, I like Sierra Mist. It's not bad.
Welcome to Drinkcast.
My most anticipated game is A Way Out.
A way out of this podcast.
A way out from the pain that is life.
Jeez.
Oh man, suicide watch.
A way out.
Edgelord here.
A Way Out. The Prison Break co-op Prison Break game
From the Brothers guy, right?
from the Brothers, the makers of Brothers, which is what was Game of the Year 4 years running.
I mean,
according
well,
to Brad
can
Shoemaker.
you name 9
Wait,
games
Brothers?
Giant
better
Bomb?
than Brothers?
Brothers, the game from with the Swede, the Viking game,
What?
right? Brothers is that the one where you play like the younger brother and the older brother, and you have to
Yeah,
complete
2
puzzles?
sticks, 2 sticks, 1 controller,
What?
solving puzzles.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
It takes place in like Norwegian
Yeah,
myth.
yeah.
Okay, I'm not a fucking idiot. I knew what I was talking
I
about.
don't know.
No,
I don't
totally.
know.
The Viking game Brothers.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Am I wrong?
No, you're right. It's just I've never heard anyone describe this
Right.
puzzle story game as yeah, the
Right.
Viking game.
I've never.
Well, you know what? That's what it is. Shut your mouth.
All right, that'll make for
No,
a
that
bad
game- that
podcast.
game-
But
That game looks really cool. The Prison Break thing.
I think it's really smart of them that if you buy 1 copy, you can still play co-op.
Exactly. You
But
got
then
both
I
of
also
them.
I saw that it was $30, and I went, I bet they were going to charge
Does
$15
it does
for
it
this
have
game.
does it have split screen?
I-
Like you could
I think
do you
it's,
have to play it on 2 TVs?
I don't think so, because I think even if you play it on 2 TVs, it forces split screen on both of you.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I didn't know if you could still play it on one system.
I believe it's still split screenable.
Okay.
You planning to play that with somebody? Local?
Hope
co-op?
so.
Local co-op?
Local co-op.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Gonna go to the local co-op and
co-op.
pick up some refuge for your
Here's
compost heap.
that's a game where you make choices, right? Decisions.
Not
Not exactly.
Sure.
I don't think so.
I think
You
it's
control
kind
them
of. I
individually,
think it's more. I think it's more along the lines of a hitman where there's just multiple ways to do the different things you need to do.
Now, is this game loosely based off of the hit TV show Prison Break?
Yeah,
Damn.
Teabag plays a major role.
You know the name.
Of course I do. I watched all 7 seasons of that show.
Wow.
They shouldn't have gotten out of prison in the second one.
Hey.
Yeah, I always thought I never watched it, but I would see previews because I watched 24.
Yeah.
And I would see that they're out of prison like the second or third year, and I'm like,
Yep.
that seems like a mistake.
If I remember right, I think eventually they have to break back in.
They go back in.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I saw that in previews too. I was like, I feel like I've experienced everything I need to just by watching the 30-second previews after 24 every week. But
An hour-long
Anyway.
program every week where they're like, oh, we're going to get out. No, there's a guard. All right, next week. Hey, we did it.
Sick.
we didn't get any emails again, of course.
Oh.
But email us at mhmpodcast@gmail.com.
mhmpodcast@gmail.com.
Oh boy, yeah. Somebody, please.
Oh my God! Don't beg.
I'll beg. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. I eat the whole hunk of shit.
Oh my God! You can follow a few of us on Twitter. I'm Kanaku_Highwind.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is Link43130.
That's me.
Seth is Colbert 1183.
1188.
1188. Damn it, so close.
I mean,
Paul-
your 3 was half an 8, right?
Paul was I'm a real doctor, believe me, 69.
Yep.
Somebody please go make that Twitter after
Oh,
this.
it's my old Twitter. You can't have it. It's mine.
That's his Twitter. What are you talking about? You can watch Mike.
Yeah.
You can watch Mike on Mixer, not Mixler.
Mixler.
Not Mixler, Mixer.
Mixer.
You can listen to me on Mixler. You can watch me on Mixer or beam.pro.
Mixer.com or beam.pro.
Oh shit.
Link 43130. And that's a 0, not an O.
I stream sometimes, but not always. Good luck
You
figuring
do.
out my schedule.
Yep, it's random.
You can find our special guest, Dustin. He
Yeah,
streams on
Dustin,
Twitch.
is he on
You
Twitch?
can find
What's
me
your
on Twitch, guys.
What's your Twitchy?
Durgan, DURGEN, McChuckles, MC,
Oh god.
CHUKLES. It's a little long. I feel like I want to change it.
I feel like I
Probably
want to
should.
Brexit from that name.
Yeah.
You're gonna press
Yeah, maybe.
that name.
Maybe,
Well,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah. I mean, it's you probably maybe.
I'm a
yeah.
new to. I'm a bit.
You could
new to
be.
this.
Maybe do it.
I play some games. I'm not good at them. You can come watch.
Change it
There
to
you
Dr.
go.
D.
No, I'm not a doctor.
Dr. D. See, Paul, at least he'll admit.
I had to
I'm
make
just,
a,
I'm just a medical professional.
And we'll see you next month.
Bye.
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 I'm not saying